Hello friends, my name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ever wondered why old houses are haunted? And why do we feel haunted when we enter an old house or see an old house? On Halloween's week, let's try to understand the science behind it. The haunted house is a time-honored horror setting. All of us have shivered our way through spooky flicks such as The Haunting, The Amityville Horror, The Sentinel, and The Poltergeist. It's not only at the movies that we pay good money to frighten ourselves to death. Commercial haunted houses are an integral part of 21st century Halloween theater, with an estimated 5,000 such attractions operating in the United States each year. Haunted houses gives us the creeps not because they pose a clear threat to us, because it is unclear whether or not they represent a threat. This ambivalence leaves you frozen in place, wallowing in unease. For example, it would be considered bizarre and embarrassing to run screaming out of a house that makes you feel uneasy, if there is actually nothing to fear. On the other hand, it could be perilous to ignore your intuition and remain in a place that is dangerous. These are the psychological mechanisms behind feeling creeped out. Haunted house syndrome. As old houses are left for many years, there would be oxygen deprivation, which causes breathing trouble and hallucinations of shadow. A toxicologist, Albert Donne, believes that chronic exposure to substances such as carbon monoxide, pesticide, and formaldehyde can lead to hallucinations of the type associated with haunted houses. Donne speculates on the connection between the prevalence of gas lamps during the Victorian era and start of the 20th century, as well as stories of ghost sightings and hauntings, describing it as haunted house syndrome. Donne says that carbon monoxide poisoning has been linked to haunted houses since at least the 1920s. He cites a 1921 journal article about a family who claimed hauntings because they suffered headaches, auditory hallucination, fatigue, melancholy, and other symptoms which are also associated with carbon monoxide poisoning. In modern example, Carrie Poppy, a writer and co-host of the podcast Oh No, Roz and Carrie, was convinced she was living in a haunted house. She felt she was being watched by a demon, experienced pressure on her chest, and auditory hallucination. Someone on a forum of skeptical paranormal investigators, she looked into carbon monoxide poisoning. When the gas company arrived, unsafe levels of carbon monoxide were found. The older the better. Most haunted houses have some sort of legend associated with them. It usually involves a story about a grisly death or accident. There may even be a history of suicide and murder. The older the place, the more likely we are to perceive it as haunted, because there has been much more time for tragic things to have taken place. A Womb with a View. British geographer J. Appleton was the first to describe two crucial features that determine whether a place is attractive or frightening to humans. The more prospect and refuge a place offers us, the more attractive it is. Refuge means having a secure, protected place to hide where one can be sheltered from danger, while prospect refers to one's clear, unobstructed view of the landscape. Attractive places offer us a lot of prospect and lot of refuge. Unfortunately, most haunted houses make for a bad combination of very low prospect for us and very high refuge for the creepy, crawly things that are lying in waiting to get us. Research has confirmed that people experience such environments as unsafe and dangerous. Such places also lack what environmental psychologists refer to as legibility. Legibility reflects the ease with which a place can be recognized, organized into a pattern, and recalled. In other words, a place that we can wander around in without getting lost. Thus, the typical haunted house is large, dark, surrounded by overgrown vegetation, and full of surprising architectural features such as secret rooms and closets under staircases. Attics and basements are also must-have items. And of course, spider webs, bats, rats and insects make up nice accessories. Feeling trapped. Research has consistently shown that we need more personal space while seated than while standing. More space when we are in the corner of a room rather than a center of it, and more space in room with low ceilings. We feel uncomfortable when our personal space is violated anywhere, but especially so in situations where we feel as if escape will become difficult. Such feelings of discomfort are symptomatic of the fact that we are constantly, even if unconsciously, scanning our surroundings and assessing our ability to flee if it should become necessary. Consequently, a haunted house is our worst nightmare. Things that trigger our agent detection mechanisms. Evolutionary psychologists have proposed the existence of agent detection mechanisms or processes that have evolved to protect us from harm at the hands of predators and enemies. Thus, we evolved to err on the side of detecting threats in ambiguous situations. Things that activate hypervigilance for malevolent supernatural agents bound in large, drafty old houses. Rattling or creaking sound in upstairs rooms. The sighing and moaning of wind passing through cracks. Raised curtains fluttering in the breeze, echoes and cold spots. So that is it for today guys. I hope you liked the video. Do follow us on our social media and make sure to hit a like and subscribe. Bye.